Jean-Claude Arnault, man at center of Nobel scandal, jailed for rape.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.